All right, ladies and gentlemen, tip-off time here. Welcome to Deep End Sports Media, the biggest sports podcast in the country around the game. And in the studio tonight, I'm here with a legend from UCU Lady Cannons, Rachel Muwanguzi. I mean, Rachel, you're very, very welcome. Say something to the viewers.
Thank you, Vinny, for having me. My name is Rachel. Like you said, been doing sports. So it's nice to have a conversation with you, Vinny. Yeah.
I mean, Rachel, it's long overdue. I should have had you here long ago. Yeah?
That is not true, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, let's dive into it. Basketball.
Yeah.
You were a former basketball player. I mean, you're a champion. I know you won a couple of championships with UCU Lady Cannons.
Right.
Let's talk about your basketball journey. How did you begin playing basketball?
Yeah. So basketball found me in two ways, right? So as a young girl, I go to, like I'm that vibrant young lady who is up and down. And then as I'm walking around in Entebbe, I grew up in Entebbe. So I'm walking around the golf course and I land a basketball court.
Yeah.
That is a Dustville. So I go to check it out. I see people play, people having a lot of fun. That was my first introduction to basketball, right? So, but anyway, these are stars playing, like I'm seeing.
How old were you?
As I should say, about 13, 14. Yeah, just after primary.
Yeah.
So, is it called vacation? Was it vacation?
Yeah, P7 vacation. Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So P7 vacation, I'm there walking around. I learn those guys. I find an interest, but my initial actual introduction was in a school, in my secondary school, and that was at Mukono Parents.
That was in senior what?
That was senior 2. Yeah. So senior 2. I'm just there loitering around. Like I said, that's very vibrant, that's very playful, right?
Yeah.
So in school, this particular teacher spots me. I think they're trying to build a basketball team, or they had a basketball team already going, but they wanted to revamp it.
Yeah.
So I am there playing around, and then the teacher says, "Come." And the teacher was called Chiwanuka Edward. Rest in peace. He passed on, but he's the one who introduced me to basketball. So he calls me, he's like, "Go put on shorts." I'm like, "Okay." And I don't have shoes. So the guy says, "You go." I said, "Go and put on shorts and look like these people." He gives me a short and a top.
Yeah.
A jersey, literally like a school, one of the school uniforms. Yeah.
Yeah.
He gives me that jersey, and I come with my school.
Shoes.
Yeah, I come with my school shoes. I had a pair, those pairs that look like sporty. And I found a pair like that, and boom, I start bouncing the ball, because that was not dribbling. I start bouncing the ball, and yeah.
That's how your journey began.
Yeah.
Were you a sports person in school already?
Yes, I was. So even in my primary, I used to play netball in primary at Lake Victoria.
Yeah.
Primary school in Entebbe. I used to play netball. I used to play cricket.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I moved to Mukono Parents for high school,
Yeah.
I played volleyball. I played cricketers. They call cricketers. The cricket players were just they were good. We couldn't mix. But then now I didn't play netball in high school. But now that's when my love for basketball started. Started playing basketball just like that.
Okay.
But as always a sports person, and in my high school, of course now after that basketball thing, I became a sports prefect.
In school, huh?
Yeah, so I was just a sports.
Tell us about your first day on the basketball court. I mean, your teacher told you, come, you went and got clothes from anywhere. Now you're on the court. Well, were there girls already training?
Yeah, so there were some girls.
Yeah.
There were some girls. I think I remember Rukia. There's this girl called Rukia. Shout out to you, Rukia. So Rukia was good. Rukia was good. I admired her. So I come here. I know nothing. Of course, start dribbling the ball.
Yeah.
It wasn't dribbling. I started bouncing the ball, and then I took very keen interest in what this girl Rukia was doing.
Yeah.
I modeled her. I modeled what she was doing, and then that teacher was then the
Basketball coach.
Yeah, the basketball coach. He was very intentional with me. So every after class, he made sure I came on court. He made something of me, but of course, he was dribbling the ball, and then of course I am a short girl. The hoop is up those ends. The boys that I'm seeing play are very tall, and people are telling him, "But what do you want?"
Yeah.
So I've always been the short one in the basketball fraternity.
Yeah.
But it became very, very, very interesting over time. Yeah.
Did you get discouraged? Basketball is basically for guys. You just said there were tall guys and people were questioning you. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Did you get discouraged at one point, to keep playing?
Not a bit, because basketball is a very, very, very fun game. It nurtures you. It nurtures you in a way, basketball consumes you.
Yeah.
Basketball will just engulf you, and everything you're thinking about is basketball.
Yeah.
So I was never discouraged, because I became so good with the handles.
From senior too.
Yeah, I should say. Of course, the talent grew over
process,
time.
yeah.
It grew over time. I became better over time, and with the different tournaments, seeing girls say my height. There was these short girls in Crane High.
Yeah.
They were Tanzanians. I'm forgetting their name. Their
Short
names.
girls.
They're very short girls, Tanzanians,
Yeah.
shorter than me. They had crazy
Was it
dribbles.
the same time Imanishu was in Crane High?
Yes, she was. Actually, I got to play with Imanishuma in Crane High. Later on in my late days of high school,
Yeah.
around senior 5, senior 6, I started playing for Crane High. Bro, Chuba is called what?
You were mercenary.
Yeah.
Going for tournament.
Yeah, so, and then, of course, so that Mr. Chiwa is the one who introduced me to Crane High. Now, he became, at that time, he was the head teacher.
At Crane High.
No, he was head teacher at Mukono Parents,
Yeah.
right? And, of course, I think they had, their friendships going on with Crane High,
Yeah.
but also he was very intentional with growing us as basketball players. I remember some random evenings, when you're not training, he will come and collect us. About 4 girls that he wanted to make pros.
Yeah.
Talking about you, that guy was so intentional with us. Anyway, sometimes it makes me emotional, but
Sorry.
he was so intentional with us that he would put us in his car sometimes and then take us to UCU to watch real basketball.
Yeah, during...
So watching those girls play.
During training or
Yeah,
games?
during training.
Yeah.
So you go, you just sit at the court. High school kids, you go sit at the court and then see what these girls do.
Yeah.
So, being introduced to such kind of lifestyle now, seeing passionate girls, pull all these kind of moves. I don't think I was that guy. I don't remember my TV days, but I was here watching basketball. No, I was not. I think as a local girl, I should say. As a local girl, I did watch TV.
Yeah.
I just wanted my time out to play.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Growing up. So anyway, we used to watch, those Lady Cannons play, and he was very intentional about making us pros, right?
Yeah.
So after that experience, you go back to the court, a different beast. You want to replicate what
You just saw.
those girls are doing. It was just magical. And then after that, that's how he introduced me to Crane High. So because the goal was definitely being, a lady cannon. From that, after seeing lady cannons, I just knew, I just wanted to be at UCU.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Of course, I worked towards it, and I think that was the most intentional thing I've ever done.
In your life?
No, not in my life. As a young girl, you know how you grow up and you're saying, I want to be a pilot, I want to be and you're not literally working towards it at that age, at
school,
high school. But for me, that was the very first thing I was intentional about. I wanted to be a lady cannon so bad. So he introduced me to Crane High. I started playing as a mercenary for them in high school. He could take me. It was very exciting times, man. Just imagine that chick, that girl, was being so good. Everyone adores it. I'm a sports prefect. I am so good.
You're the queen at school.
Yeah, I had a good time. I had a very good time. And then weekends you're stepping out to play for Crane High and they're paying you money. I was rich. Bless you, Crane High.
How much were they paying you guys?
They used to pay me 25K a game.
Wow, that was a lot of money.
Yeah, 20 to 25K per game. So every time I step out, and then now Mr. Chi was the one taking me and bringing it back. So I'm not spending on transport.
Were you playing for Crane High in the league?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was playing in the league for Crane High, and then these tournaments, of course, I was just playing for my school. Yeah.
I mean, tell us about that first tournament at school. Was it a nationals or something, or Sprite?
Sprite. Thank you, Sprite. And so my first tournament was Sprite. Oh my days, those days Sprite was the issue. I wish Sprite could come back on board. I don't know. Are they still on board?
Not really. It's just nationals these days.
Good. Yeah. Sprite nurtured a lot of talents.
Yeah.
So was it a league or it was a tournament?
It was
right?
a tournament.
So
the holidays.
It was so fun. I mean, you could properly see that this is a sponsored something.
Event,
yeah. No, because there's all these big names that you're seeing.
Yeah.
That is when I think I first saw Norman Blake. Oh my God. Norman Blake was there.
You came as a ref or something?
I don't remember vividly, but
they just
I
came
think
to
I remember
showcase.
him playing. I think they were just
showcasing.
Yeah, showcasing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was very beautiful to watch. Very beautiful to
Seeing
watch.
like NBA players.
I was like, oh, this guy.
So that was the first tournament you ever went for?
Yeah.
How did you guys compete? I mean, where did you guys end? Group stages, the finals?
I'll be lying if I say I remember, because there's just very many of those.
Yeah.
And since it wasn't even just in your school, we used to travel a lot. Sprite is here, Sprite is in the north, Sprite is in the west. We used to travel a lot.
Sure.
So, I mean, for me then it was just enjoy step outs and have a good time. I don't remember winning. It was
just playing.
Yes.
Okay, did you have like a basketball program at Mukono Parents? Like training, go through the basics and everything? Yeah.
We did, of course. We had, so I think when we got serious, we made a very serious team within the year. And we got this coach. We got this coach from UCU. God, I'm forgetting his name.
Are you serious? Was it a former player, a guy or a lady?
God, he's going to kill me if he sees this.
Oh my
But I'm going to remember it. I'll have to remember it. So he was also very, very intentional with us. Yeah. He treated us like his own, siblings that needed to learn the sport. Yeah. And he actually later introduced the sister. The sister came around. Oh my God, I'm forgetting their name. This is so bad. But when I remember the names, I'll put them.
Is that Sam Lukaire?
No, Sam. No, Sam. I met Sam in UCU. Oh my days. Oh my days.
Of course, it's not Nick.
No, it's not Nick. It's not Nick. My days.
No, it's okay. You'll remember with
I
time.
remember this name.
So he took you guys through the basics.
He was very intentional, and because he was also a UCU player, he was in JV. That I remember. He was in JV. This guy was so good. He was so good with handles. I think I learned a lot of handles from him.
Yeah.
He was very intentional with us, and then of course the program was every after class.
He used to come to school.
Yeah, he used to come to school. We go through the drills.
Both the boys and the girls.
No, with the girls, there were different coaches. That's why I said two. There are two guys.
Okay.
I'm so sad I'm forgetting their names, but I'll catch because it's very important.
Yeah.
It's very important. But then old age is catching up with me.
There's no old age. Don't pretend. You just forgot, which is okay. So how was Mukono parents as a basketball school like? Were they supportive of the kids learning the sport with an idea of them getting scholarships later on in the future?
Mukono parents was very, very, very supportive with sports.
Yeah.
It was very intentional with their sports disciplines. I know even up to right now, the soccer team, the girls' soccer team is doing so well.
Yeah.
And then the cricket team was doing so well. The netball team was doing so well. Both basketball, ladies and guys were doing so well. Now, lucky for us, the headmaster was the one that was in charge of the sports discipline, all sports disciplines.
In the school?
Right? Yeah. So he loved sport.
Yeah.
He loved sport. He nurtured sport. I mean, sports people were the ish. And in all those years, sports grew so much.
Yeah.
And he was even intentional. You know how some schools are so leaning into
education,
education or sport. If a kid comes as a sports person, I mean, they expect you to only play the sport and excel at it. You know, the other class you can, But he was so intentional with the sport and class. You had to make sure. In fact, he used to bounce us off court. I mean, he hears you at apparently. You failed a subject. He used to be a history teacher, and all my days, when I tell you that, anyway, history was my best performing, but I had no option. Of course, history is easy. History is easy, I would say. But I'm telling you, for me, I had no option other than passing those disciplines, because you could not just be running, masquerading around court, and you're a non-performer. So he was very intentional with both our, sports discipline and then school. He was very supportive of us. Yeah, of course, he used to buy us sneakers. I was also on scholarship.
From senior?
Yeah.
From senior 2?
No. So senior 2 I wasn't, but senior 3. I got into scholarship in senior 3 now. I think because other schools started identifying me. Yeah, he hooked me up real quick because
he knew you were gonna go.
He knew I was gonna go. Chitende, I think Chitende came through. Budo came through. He actually also told me that Nagisonsa came through. I don't know.
And you turned it down.
Looking at it now, I was a child, because why was I not
right now it's a no-brainer. Yeah.
But anyway, also now I got to appreciate my decision later on. I mean, like, everyone needs a tough push. No, Mukono parents was never those prime schools, but we had a lot of fun. I mean, we had a lot of fun.
That's crazy.
Basketball, you're
traveling out of school.
I never regret.
I mean, before we go into the break, let's talk about your parents.
Yeah.
I mean, they took you to school to study.
Yeah.
Then you began playing basketball, and I'm sure they began noticing you. Maybe I can say like a newspaper. I don't know if you're in the newspapers when you're in high school. Yeah. So how did your parents take it?
So initially, like I told you, my parents have always thought I was up and down. I was just out.
Stubborn.
I was the outdoor guy.
Yeah.
You know, I was an outdoor person. So it wasn't very tough on my mom. So at that time, my dad was not in our life like that.
Yeah.
All right. So it was my mom mostly in my life, and because she saw me out a lot, she did not. It wasn't very tough on her. It wasn't very tough on her. Of course, she just gave me curfew because now I'm at school. She doesn't exactly know what I am doing most of the time. She just sees me in newspapers, and because my sports teacher, who is also my HM, is very intentional about me doing excelling in both.
Both, yeah.
It wasn't a very hard pinch.
Yeah, so he talked to her.
So when he talked to her, I think he gave her a carrot. Like, I'm going to give her half bursary. The girl is good. I mean, please. My mom was like, what? Let her go.
Let her continue.
Let her go. Because I was also having a lot of fun. She noticed I loved what I was doing.
Yeah.
It kept me engaged. It wasn't very hard on her.
Yeah.
And I didn't make it hard on her as well. Yeah. So I did my part as a student who went. My grades were not bad.
Yeah.
I can't say I was an A student, but I was above average.
Yeah, which is perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the end of the first segment. I'm here with a champion, from the UCU Lady Canoes. Let's take a very, very short break. We'll see you in a very short while.